Corey the man. We back in it. Injustice 3 is probably never coming out. I'm just being honest. It's probably not coming out. They're probably not making one for the next maybe 5 to 10 years. Maybe WB Games comes back in a few years and they're like, let's get a game that people somewhat like. But relatively speaking, it's never coming out. But anyways, I'm like most of you guys. I'm willing to believe in anything because it's like, what else do you have to do? I mean, we did the same thing for Sparking Zero, and Sparking Zero is amazing. I ain't even played any of the Tenkaichi games, as y'all know, but it's good. Anyways, let's get right into it. Here we go.
We just got some exciting news about the highly anticipated Injustice 3, and DC fans are about to be eating good.
So good and tasty?
What to do, Direct Nation? I'm back with Super News Bits to give you the latest superhero news in 3 minutes or less because I respect your time if you subscribe. So if this video was helpful, hit the like button so it reaches more people, but if it wasn't for you, change it to a dislike. It's been 7 years since the release of Injustice 2, and with everything that's happened, it feels like 100.
I am tired.
During that time, it's been a struggle for the once thriving DC video game universe, with them so far only managing the disappointing release of Gotham Knights, a disastrous live service shooter attempt by Rocksteady, and the VR exclusive Batman Arkham Shadow. The lone potential bright spot was the open world Wonder Woman game from Monolith Productions, which will utilize their famous Nemesis system from the Middle-earth Lord of the Rings games. But the Wonder Woman game hasn't gotten an official update since 2021 and has been plagued by rumors of development problems. Fortunately, it looks like NetherRealm Studios is coming back to deliver another entry in their hit superhero franchise after the success of Mortal Kombat 1. Funny enough, Injustice 3 was originally supposed to have been released instead of MK1. During the Jeff Gertzman show, studio lead Ed Boon revealed they had originally planned to make Injustice 3 the follow-up to Mortal Kombat 11. However, development slowed down tremendously as they began making a switch to a brand new game engine. Then, during that transition, the world was hit with a global pandemic, which made development even harder, estimating that it would potentially be a 7-year gap after MK11 if they stuck with Injustice 3. Ed Boon made the decision to push the team toward a new Mortal Kombat game instead, which they knew wouldn't take nearly as long to pull off, then return to Injustice after. Now, as we near the end of year 2 of MK1, it looks like Boon is officially ready for the team to move on to the next game, and it appears that game will be Injustice 3. A job posting was spotted from NetherRealm that is seeking an associate producer for an unannounced AAA game. The big tip-off that this game is Injustice is that they're also looking for a high-quality cinematic animation for a story mode campaign, which the Injustice series is famous for. Since they're still early in development, it'll definitely be a while before we get our first Injustice 3 trailer, but it's nice to know that Injustice fans have not been forgotten. In fact, things are looking much better for the future of DC games in general after this big news we got recently out of Warner Brothers. Click the video on screen to learn more.
Did you know that the vast majority of self-published books don't sell more than a few copies?
Alright, I don't know why it went away. Maybe if we rewind back.
Looking much better for the future of DC games in general after.
There we go.
We have to talk about this massive news coming out of Warner Brothers about the future of their gaming business, specifically about games based on Batman, Superman, and others. What did you do? I'm back with Super News Bits to give you the latest superhero news in 3 minutes or less because I respect your time if you subscribe. So if this video was helpful, hit the like button so it reaches more people, but if it wasn't for you, change it to a dislike. Warner Brothers has found itself once again in the news, and unfortunately, it's mostly for bad reasons. The company remains in massive debt, $37.8 billion to be specific, which is why they're now called Warner Brothers Discovery. The idea was to merge with Discovery and have David Zaslav dig them out of this giant hole, but things are still looking bleak, which led to the company last month discussing the possibility of splitting up. They're in the news again after taking an outrageous $9 billion loss this quarter when it was determined that their legacy TV divisions are worth precisely that much less after losing the NBA to Amazon. This led to reports that WB might be looking to get out of the gaming business altogether by selling off all of their studios to pay off some of this debt. Fortunately, they confirmed in a recent earnings call a much better idea. WB remains committed to bringing the IPs they own, such as Harry Potter and DC, to life with video games, as they believe strongly in the long-term potential of the industry, especially after the massive success of Hogwarts Legacy, though free-to-play games will also play a big role in that vision. During the Q&A portion of the call, CEO Zaslav talked about the need to build interactive worlds for fans to engage with for characters like Batman and Superman through gaming instead of just relying on movies and TV. According to Zaslav, they've been getting outside interest from companies looking to make games based on the iconic IPs they own, and Zaslav is down to take them up on those offers. So Warner Brothers will finally start doing what Disney has been doing for years now, licensing their IP to other studios. Disney has already found success in the past, of course, with this licensing strategy, like the Jedi games with EA and the Marvel Spider-Man universe with Insomniac. They appear to have struck gold with another licensed Marvel game this year, as Marvel Rivals from NetEase just wrapped up its closed beta, which drew in tens of thousands of players on Xbox and PlayStation, with more than 50,000 peaking on Steam alone. Warner Brothers letting companies like Ubisoft, EA, or Sony, with their large collections of studios, produce DC games would be a very smart strategy. They should have started a lot sooner, but better late than never. Hopefully, with filming on Superman Legacy reportedly done and the Wonder Woman game targeting a 2025 release, Warner Brothers can finally start giving Disney and Marvel some competition again, especially in the video game space. A game that could help do this is one that actually allows you to play as the Justice League instead of shooting them, which reportedly is already in development at WB. Click the video on screen to learn more.
Nah, 2 is enough. I feel like if we did that, we'll just keep going on and on, and the video would never